Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the tournament and especially how do you progress into the highest tournament tier, which is the Legend tournament. So I'm going to show you my tournament and I'm going to show you my preparation for a tournament, my strategy, and I'm going to give you some tips if you want to perform in this tournament. Okay, so now my strategy is quite simple. At the beginning, I'm going to massively increase health level skip and I don't need attack level skip because anyway I'm going to be one shot if I get hit. So my strategy is really, I'm just turning on those two ultimate weapons. So my strategy is going to be focusing on health level skip as much as possible. And then when this is high enough, I will start maxing free utility and the recovery. So when I get a free utility, he has more chance to land into health level skip. Regarding my damage, even if I use a Devo build, you see that almost everything is maxed. So I'm just going to put a bit of dollars here, so it goes high quicker. Yeah, basically that's it. And now I don't need to touch that. That would just be upgraded with the free attack upgrade. So now what I do is I just go full enemy health level skip. I'm just going to be putting a bit of knockback chance just in case something fast is coming. And the shockwave size. Okay, now basically I almost don't have to touch the defense anymore. I just need to max this and I can focus on health level skip. Okay, what I will do is that I will leave you in the center my run of the tournament, and then I will show some stuff on the side that will explain the preparation, the card, the module, and things like this, my ultimate weapon. If you are interested with specific things, you can look at the timestamp, but overall you will still have my my tournament that is going to be in the middle, and you're going to have through the video some explanation left and right. So the first thing that I like to do always is to have a look to what are the affixes for the tournament. So orb resistances, enemy speed, plasma cannon resistances, ultimate weapon duration, basic ultimates, and then the classic ones. So from this, I see that there is multiple things that I need to be careful. So ultimate weapon duration here, there is going to be an impact into my chrono field. So chrono field is going to be one of the determining factor. So I will probably keep the things that is reducing the cooldown of my ultimate weapon for this tournament because chrono field is very important. Plasma cannon resistances, so this is going to be not helping with bosses, so it's going to be harder. Enemy speed, this is synergizing very well with no chrono field, so I need to be careful about that. And orb resistances, I mean, this is not a big deal, but still, I need to keep this in mind. Then the second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change my module. So I have module to farm, so this is what I'm using to farm. And when I want to do a tournament, I'm switching my module. So this is the one that I'm equipping, and this is the one I'm equipping. So one of the things that is important to know is that when you are playing in Legend, the strat that is mostly used is the glass cannon strat. And one of the things that you want to use is things that are not helping survivability, but is helping with damage. So this is helping with damage, and this is helping with damage for chain lightning. This module here is not the best module. This is a module that is very good for farm. The best module is this one when you have it in Ancestral. This is really boosting your damage, so having this module is really key if you want to go very far. Unfortunately, I don't have this very high. I hope that I will be able to pull on this module quite soon. So this is for the module. Then on my research, what I usually do is that I go to range and I put it to the max value, 21. And then I go to shockwave size and I put it to the max value. So that's the second step that I do. Just regarding the module that I'm using, Galaxy compressor. It has two benefits in that case. The first benefit it has is that it's going to give me a smart missile that has a CD of 20 seconds on my tower. Every time that I hit a recovery package, it's going to proc smart missile, because it's going to reduce smart missile by 20 seconds because it's a CD. It's going to proc smart missile. So this is helping with smart missile. And the second thing is that it's going to fill a little bit the gap that the chronofield will have, even if it drops below 1 minute. So that's the two benefits that I get from this one with this specific setup. Then my card, I move to tournament. So what am I using for tournament? So I'm using attack speed, extra ore, plasma cannon, demon, energy net, death ray, energy shield, second wind, recovery package. This is mostly because I'm using this module here, because overall recovery package is not useful otherwise. So this is just to increase the number of cooldown reduction that I have. If you don't use this this module here, but you use the one that I mentioned here, you don't need recovery package. Berserker, very important, extended range, critical chance, ultimate critical. And then here I start with something different. I start with the cash, and I start with the free upgrade. So this is my setup at the beginning of the tournament, and then as the tournament is going to progress, I'm going to remove cash and free upgrades and go back to the one I had before, which is landmine stun and the slow aura, because here it's increasing by 31% the reduction, so it's pretty nice. Actually, this is useful. I am not using health. I'm not using health regen, because in T14 you will see that very quickly, like when you go above wave 250, you will not be able to tank one shot of any monster. So it doesn't matter the health you have. It's so high, the damage that they deal, that it doesn't matter the health you have. So I'm not even bothering with those cards. I'm not bothering with extra defense. Looking at enemy balance, I don't need enemy balance because cash wise I'm quite well, and the more enemy you have and the more enemy you will have to deal with. So this is not good in my case because I don't have any problem of cash. So if you have problem of cash, that could be an option, but in my case that's just going to bring more enemy, and I don't want that. This is to farm, this is to farm, this is to farm. This we are going to get it later on. Super tower, I think that could be an option, but so first I actually don't know if this bonus is also affecting the ultimate weapon when it procs. So if you know the answer, please leave a comment down below, because that's something I don't know. I know that when you upgrade the super tower to like the new version of the cards that cost 1 qubit, that affects also the tower, but right now I don't know if this is affecting the tower, so I'm not using it. I could, but I don't use it. This is very important, because if you get chip, then it's going to prevent you from dying. Demon mode is used at the end of the tournament to just steal a little bit more waves. Berserk is multiplying your damage by 8. This is very good. And ultimate crit, this is very good as well, because it allows you your ultimate weapon to crit for your base damage crit, which is pretty good. In terms of focused, I start with fast, because fast, they are really fast, and they can chip you very easily. Then I go on boss, and the reason I go on boss is for my smart missile to go on boss as a priority, so they stack the multiplicator and I can kill the boss. Usually boss is my biggest threat as the wave are going on, because at some point I won't be able to kill the boss because they have so many life compared to my damage. Then the third one is the range, because the range they can hit from far by default, and they have more chance to chip you than the rest. Then I go with elites eventually, but I don't see a lot of elites in my runs because I don't go as far as needed. Then protector, because again protector is quite annoying. And then basic and tank. This is actually what are the ones that are the less threatening to me. Regarding the research that I'm doing to help my progress, what I do recommend is that you go damage, attack speed, and critical factor. This is the three research that are very easily done, and they matters a lot because this is what will allow you to have more damage. Then for the other ones, at the moment I'm working on missile amplifier because I want to have more damage on boss, and smart missile are the ones that are dealing with the boss. So this is something that is nice. And then double death ray, that's something that I just started recently because I want to use this card a little bit to clean the map easily, and I believe that this is going to help me, but I don't know about this one. So the basic things that I do recommend is those three. Then working on two others that are damage related is going to help. Regarding my workshop, what I do recommend is that you increase the enemy health level skip quite high. At the moment, every click that I do on this on my workshop is 60, so I stopped because that's a lot for me. 60, yeah, 60 is a lot. Then the other things that you can improve is the enhancement, and the enhancement is mainly on damage, critical damage. Yeah, I mean critical factor, that's the thing that you want to do, and eventually super critical. That's the thing that can also help you boosting the damage of your ultimate weapon. Regarding the subset of my module, I'm using the critical factor, the super critical multiplicator, and the attack speed. Another one that I can use is the critical chance, that is also going to be very good. But to me, this is the main one that are super important. Among those three, the less important is probably like the supercritical multiplicator, but the three others are very important. On this one, I'm using reduced shockwave frequency, so I can apply this multiplicator more. I'm using the shockwave size, that is 0.7. That is increasing my shockwave and help me cover the range that is increased with the cards and the research I do for the tournament. And I'm using +1 orbs, which is pretty nice because they damage bosses for 2% of their maximum health, which is quite helpful. The last one that I can use could be the chance of knockback, of the strength of knockback, that will help me. On this, I'm using the chain lightning chances. This is providing me more chances to proc chain lightning, and also as it applies on the target that I hit, it helps me with bosses. More angle on my spotlight, the chronofield duration to overcap my chronofield and tank the affix that you just saw, which reduce the duration of chronofield. Then the chronofield speed reduction, which is very good because this is like research for defense. The more you have and the stronger it gets, because it reduces the speed, which is different of increasing your damage, where you have reduce effectiveness as you are stacking this. This you have increased effectiveness as you are stacking it. If you have 80% of slowed enemy and you move to 90%, you actually divide by 2 the speed of the enemy moving from one to the other. So those 10% are extremely good. So having as high as possible here is going to really help you with the speed reduction of the enemy. I just adjusted the orb radius, so when these bosses are getting hit by the net, they stay within the orb radius and they get hit by more orbs. So this is why I adjusted that. This is something that is going to be based on the enemy speed and on your range, so you need to be careful and try to adjust it so the net is actually taking the boss within the range of your orbs. So every time that it gets hit by the orbs, and you see that the orbs, they are doing like 4% of damage, which is not bad, especially that when you think about it, again 4%, they are getting killed. So if they move through it, they're probably getting more damage than what they get right now. So now I'm going to move to my damage because I want to delay as much as possible the moment that I get hit by something. When I get hit, I'm going to multiply all my damage by 8 through the berserk. but I want to delay that, and then this is going to be increased automatically anyway. And 1.75 million now starts to be quite a lot, so the time that I'm farm it, it takes a lot of time. So I just want to give a little bit of damage so I can reach the maximum damage by the time that I'm around wave 250, which is when things are going to be a little bit more complicated, because I will have less than 1 minute of chronofield duration. So potentially it will go down and then the enemy will just rush on me. So I will need to have as much damage as possible at this moment into the game. So now that I have 4 seconds that have been reduced from my chronofield, I will go to 1 minute and 3 seconds down to 59 seconds for a cooldown of 60 seconds. Meaning that right now, every time that I'm getting if I don't get for multiple wave the package, I will probably have the chronofield that is going to go down and all the enemy will rush into me. And if I have this, it's going to be a lot of trouble for me to deal with them. So from now on, it's going to be quite hard to go much further. CD orbs, 12%. Okay, so the boss hit me for the first time, and now I have all my damage that I multiplied by 8 because of Berserker. So I will be fine for more waves. Regarding what you can expect with your ranking, if you are doing less than 200 wave, you will probably be downgraded to the previous league. If you are doing between 200 and 300, most likely you are going to be able to maintain yourself into the Legend League. And when you are capable of going above 300 and hitting 400, this is when you are going to start doing some keys that will open some bonus into the vault. Regarding my ultimate weapon, just to give you an idea, this is the status of my Chain Lightning. This is the status of my Smart Missile. This is my Death Wave, but it's not useful here. This is my Chronofield. My Golden Tower. This is my Black Hole. And this is my Spotlight. Bear in mind that this is increased by my module. So the numbers that you saw are the number that are increased by my module. So if you see my spotlight here, like my angle, I have 11 degrees that is provided by my module. I save for my chronofield, I have some things that are provided by my module, etc, etc. You see, as I was explaining, right now, any damage that they are doing is around 300 Terra. And even if you have a good defense, which a good defense for tournament is 75%, which is quite a lot already, 75%, that means that you divide this by 4. So you're probably going to take something around 75 Terras. Even with the shield and the card and the max health, 75 Terra is a lot of damage. So it's going to be extremely difficult for you to tank one hit, even multiple hits. So there is no point of trying to tank this. Instead, what you need to do is to kill the monsters, and you need to deal with the life instead of trying to tank the damage that they do. And this is why moving on to the T14 plus in the tournament, you need to switch your tower to the glass cannon so you are able to deal with the life, because you won't be able to deal with the damage. And to be fair, if you are capable of doing with the damage, it means that you have no problem dealing with the life, because what you need to take care of those damage will mean that you have enormous damage anyway. Okay, so now you see level 300, you have 5 seconds of reduction for the chronofield. So if you are aiming for level 300 and above, having another cap of 5 seconds is already pretty nice, because that will help you going at least 300 without having any problem with your chronofield, and will allow you to use the second module, which is boosting your damage. But you need to be careful, because already just matching like 1 minute to 1 minute of the chronofield, you have a certain frame that the chronofield disappearing, even if the aspect around your tower is not disappearing. And you can see if the mob are really fast, that they just like go very quickly. They almost like jump near to your tower, and this is due to this very low frame. Usually this frame is covered when you have the module that is reducing the CD of the ultimate weapon, but if you don't have this, you will need to deal a little bit more with the chronofield downtime, and you need to always overcap by 1 second if you want to avoid this this frame. As you see toward the end, when I see that my Garden Angel is proccing just after, I'm going to proc the Demon mode to get a little bit more wave. And I know that everything from this point is a bonus for me, because basically now I have no more tools to survive any more wave. I'm going to be killed by the bosses. So this is for me the end of my run. I will let it to the end. If you have enjoyed the video and if you learned something, please consider subscribing to my channel. As you see, it's a very young channel and every sub counts for me right now. Thanks for watching, and I see you on the next video.